Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore. We haven't talked about AH in a while, Steph, but we've been getting deep into it in this live chat, and I love that we do these live shows, Steph, because we can say what we want. These shows get limited. It is what it is. You guys pay and support, so I don't have to worry about the algorithm when we go these live shows. I can do a bunch of stuff, and I'm so glad because I want to open up this audience to this Amber Heard Johnny Depp case. It is a deep one, guys, and as we've been just talking, I am Team Johnny all day long. Not because I'm a fan of his movies, not because I'm a guy, no, because I've done the homework, and I implore you to do it too. Amber Heard is despicable. She's perjured herself multiple times. She has been caught on tape doing things, admitting to things, and the only things we've ever actually caught Johnny doing are drinking, doing some drugs, smashing a bottle. That's all we've ever caught him doing. The judge in the UK case said, well, because of those things, he must have done the worst things. And to me, that's despicable. That's not proof. That's not evidence. The audio tape is evidence. We got plenty of evidence against Miss AH, and I'm going to always be against her until I see otherwise. So I'm Team Johnny all day, and I'm going to continue to get back into this case as we progress because the trial is coming soon next year. But I got to celebrate because Amber's finally getting a taste of her own medicine here. She's getting some accountability, and she's now under investigation officially for perjury for her 2015 dog smuggling case. One of numerous instances, guys, that is why I don't like this woman, because she's a liar. She's despicable. The turd, Amber Turd, as we call her. But she was charged with bringing her and Johnny Depp's two dogs in Australia illegally. The case was later closed, but now Australian authorities have opened up a new investigation. Now let's go through this because it's interesting. On Saturday, spokesperson for Australia's Department of Agriculture confirmed to E! News that they are investigating allegations of perjury by Miss Heard during court proceedings from the 2015 illegal importation of her dogs into Australia. This is in regards to previously closed 2015 court case in which she was charged with bringing her then husband Johnny Depp's Yorkshire Terriers, Pistol and Boo, into the country illegally. The spokesperson added that in their statement that the department is seeking to obtain witness statements, and once obtained, the Commonwealth Director of Public Prosecutions will consider whether evidence is sufficient to warrant pursuance of the matter. The news comes almost a year after one of Johnny Depp's associates testified in the actor's 2020 libel suit against the British tabloid that Herb had asked her to lie under oath after the Aquaman actress was charged with illegally importing the dogs. This came in through the trial, and this is all. There's evidence of it. It's all factual. There's a lot to it. They didn't obtain a permit, and without having the pets spent 2 weeks in quarantine after Australia's agriculture minister threatened to have the dogs euthanized unless they buggered off back to the U.S. Depp and Heard had the dogs flown back again on a private jet. Facing the prospect of a maximum of 10-year prison sentence, the actress pleaded guilty to a lesser charge of falsifying a travel document to sneak the dogs into Australia. Her lawyer told the court that the actress was jet-lagged, worried about a hand injury that Depp was suffering during filming, then believed her assistants had sorted out the paperwork for the dogs. There's so many lies in here. I don't want to get into the accusations of that injury was because of her. At the time, the attorney said Heard made a terrible mistake. An Australian court let the actress off with a 1 month, $1,000 good behavior bond in April, 1 month before she filed divorce. Yeah, well, they didn't know that she actually forced her assistant under threat to do it all. And her assistant's like, I'm done working for this despicable woman. And so now under this trial, which she's defending herself constantly with lying is what the actual words are, she's now in deep doo-doo for boo-boo. And so now she's in trouble. But anyway, they don't get into all the details, Steph. They don't tell you the facts that, yeah, this was like her own person, like turning on against her, who she literally bullied and made despicable claims towards. No, they don't do that. Instead, look what they do here. Oh my God. Heard's attorney criticized Australian Department of Agriculture and this new act. Take a deep breath, Steph. Take a deep breath here because this one made my blood boil. You ready? The court of Depp's choice, the London High Court of Justice, found that Depp committed at least 12 acts of DV against Amber Heard, causing her at times to fear for her life. It's truly inconceivable, and we are confident it is not true, that either the Australian government or the FBI would embrace a policy of further pursuing and victimizing a person who'd already been adjudicated to the victim of DV. This is especially true where the exact same claims were being reported in the press now were made unsuccessfully in UK High Court. She's literally trying to ignore the accountability of breaking the law and forcing her assistants to lie for her. Nothing to do with what Johnny did to her, allegedly even. She's trying to literally Jedi mind wipe with, well, she's a DV survivor. Look what the UK court said. 12 cases. How dare you go against her? How dare you say she's a liar? She was never how dare you? You're victimizing her? I mean, can you believe the gall of this woman and her lawyers that that's the argument here? I'm just in shock. How about the fact that you lied to your assistant? You're not going to address it. Oh, well, no, she's a DV survivor, guys. She's a DV survivor, guys. It infuriates me, Steph, for real victims that this woman, this fraud, is still out there using this in this way. Go ahead. Now I got it out of my system. Your turn.
You guys ready? Oh my shizzing hell on earth. Wow. Okay, let's properly break this down, right? Because the trial in the UK, a farce, absolutely, and completely like embarrassed as a British person for the UK law there. It wasn't a thing of, is she a DV victim? It wasn't that. It was, did the son commit libel or not? By saying that Johnny Depp is a DV monster, right? So, firstly, she's twisting the actual court case in regards to what the actual ruling was. So, she's a morpho there. Secondly, then, in this regard, even if in an alternative universe she is a victim of DV, how the hell does that have anything to do with smuggling your pets into another country and falsifying documents and making other people lie to the officials and cause perjury? It's like you're turning around and saying, actually, no, 2 + 2 don't equal 4. No. 2 + 2 equals 5. That's the truth. What the frig? DV victim does not equate to, oh, well, you can't penalise me because I'm a DV victim. She could say that to anything. Anything that comes up.
Steph, I'm just going to start running people over on the road. You can't, officer, I'm allowed to run these people over the road because I'm a DV victim.
Yeah. It's like, what the hell?
I just set this house on fire. DV victim.
That is the logic that she is using. And let's really go back, because she's the one that's actually got evidence against her of being physically violent, not only to Johnny Depp, but her wife, her previous wife. There's evidence of that. She's also been physically violent towards her sister.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, guys, this is, as far as I'm concerned, a monster that's trying to cloak herself in fake victimhood. And I tell you something, right? Fake victims make my blood freaking boil, because firstly, why would you try and pretend to be a victim of that in the first place, right? You won't want to wish that on your freaking worst enemy. It's disgusting. And then secondly, what she's doing is she's making it harder for true victims of DV and SA to come forward, because every time a court system finds a fake victim that's lying, it causes more scrutiny and more skepticism of the victims who are actually true. She should be freaking disgusted with herself. She ain't a feminist. She ain't anything. She's a freaking monster. And she needs to be properly called out for that. And this is my opinion, my philosophy, my conspiracy, my whatever, as far as I'm concerned. But, oh, no, and it just, I can't imagine, the position that Johnny Depp's in, because there is this world bias, this common bias that only males can be violent towards females. There is still that archaic attitude that is running rampant, not only within society, but obviously within Hollywood as well, because they're penalising Johnny Depp, but Amber Heard, she's got multi-million franchise, Aquaman, and a lot more coming her way. She's still getting all the riches when it should actually be the other way around. Hollywood is all about this woke culture of no. If you're the monster, then we're going to kick you out. But it doesn't suit their narrative, I suppose, when it's a female monster. Oh, because then it goes against their feminist agenda and everything else in between. Oh, and also as well the whole motherhood agenda, because she's now.
Don't get me started on that one. I don't get me started on her. Oh, I'm suddenly a mother. There's no other reasoning for being a mother out of nowhere right now, Steph. No, that wouldn't help. Someone who she's clearly not one who likes to try to play victim. No. Oh wait, she is. She literally just did it. I gotta say, YouTube human reviewer, you better let this go through. We've said nothing against the guidelines. We've been very careful. There's a lot of stuff we're saying that's questionable, but everything should be safe here. I'd be shocked if this video still gets through the system. But I gotta say here to clip this again. So during the so she's playing victim here, which thank you, bravo, Steph. Facts. And again, why we don't like her, because she's such a phony and a fraud, and she plays this up, or lawyers do, like she's like this hero, when the reality is no. Because here's what her own the estate manager said. Testified about her charge in Australia, saying that the actress asked him to falsely claim that she didn't know if it was legal to bring the dogs in the country, which has strict quarantine laws. She wanted me to essentially say that it was my fault in one way or another, that the paperwork wasn't completed, so that I could take the blame for it. He also said, and he told the Associated Press this, he's also apparently already spoke to the Australian authorities. He said also the actress told him, "I want your help on this. I wouldn't want you to have a problem with your job."
Oh.
When asked by the Sun's lawyer why didn't he ask Depp to intervene, Murphy said, because Amber wielded a lot of power and would have made my life miserable. So again, what's so funny is she's trying to play the but the reality was, under this relationship, she was the one who was doing it all. If anyone was a victim, it was anybody under her thumb, the employees, Johnny, etc. So it's just infuriating to me. It's infuriating me to see her still being able to go out there and do this, because, no offense, Steph, but my God, the UK system effed that up tremendously.
Oh, yeah.
The bias there was unbelievable. But anyway, they've already interviewed this the employee. He provided a lengthy witness statement, a trove of emails allegedly implicating Heard. So good luck, Amber, and your team. Now they have faced good luck, because they're now like playing the DV card. Like, oh, come on. This wasn't even a part in the relationship where there was a problem, allegedly. You were still in good terms at that point, so I don't even understand. The outlet quoted sources close to the investigation as saying the actress could be weeks away from being hit with charges of perjury or subordination of perjury, which involves inducing someone to provide false testimony, and could face a maximum sentence of 14 years in prison. Oh my God, can you imagine if she gets charged and has to go to prison right before her... again, and it shows the character of this woman, that she's a liar. She's perjured herself numerous times in case. And she'll now use this lucky victory she got in the UK by this awful judge who's now retired. He's now literally retired because he knew of all the flack he was getting. And now it's like, it's infuriating. So I understand Johnny's anger in this, and I see that Hollywood has treated him so differently, and so many people out there are just shitting on him, and it's not right. It's not okay. This goes both ways, and I do not believe he's the monster in this situation, as she keeps trying to call him. She was. There are plenty of people out there that can open this up for you. Go do the work. This was an awful, awful case, and I am just fingers crossed that this woman finally starts getting some accountability. Because, Steph, what's so annoying about this whole thing is this all could have been nothing. They made a term of agreement. They divorced. She took her money. It was over. They were moving on. And what did she go and do? She went and did a press tour. Oh, I gave away this money. Oh, he did this. Wrote an op-ed piece. She had to be the hero. She couldn't even just follow her own agreements that they agreed to. It was over. They had left. And no, she had to be the hero. And then she didn't realize who she was messing with. She just destroyed this man's life afterwards. And now he's doing everything he can to get his justice. So justice for Johnny Depp is a legit deal, guys. Make sure you do the homework on this. And bravo, Australian. I hope you take this. It looks like you are. Take this so seriously, because it would be great to go into this court, Steph, in Virginia coming up, to know that she's already been now. So now it's like, oh, great, but no, I was found. Well, no, you're also a perjurer. So that whole case is out the window, because you perjured yourself in that case too. There's so much now that this just opens up the whole can of worms. So anybody who was worried about Johnny, to me, this is only a huge benefit to put him back on an equal playing field. So fingers crossed, stay tuned. We will be covering this case in more detail. YouTube just doesn't let me post these videos. I get in a lot of trouble, but I'm going to try my best. So at least hit that subscribe or hit the bell for all alerts to make sure you get this content. Smash that like button, leave a comment below. Or if you really want to make sure you get more of this content, hit the join. I'll be talking about this more often in our members-only stream and other things as well. We are going to wrap up our live show, but if you're watching live, don't go anywhere. If you missed our live show, catch us every weekday around 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We talk about all sorts of stuff, and we don't worry about the algorithm as much. So come hang out with us.